Hey, good evening, everybody. This is Rohan Bansali. On behalf of Rob Martin, who's not with us tonight, I welcome you to our webinar. Let me just go ahead and get the screen share going, and we will get started. We should run about 40 minutes. A little housekeeping. Usually, when Rob and I do this presentation in tandem, one of us answers questions, and the other, while the other's speaking. Rob's not with us tonight, so I will probably not be able to answer questions during the webinar, but if you have any questions, please message me directly. This is my Facebook page, Dr. Rohan Bansali, on my business page. You can message me there, or teamfindyourfocus@gmail.com or teamfindyourfocus.com, which is my website. You can get in touch with me there, or obviously you can get in touch with the coach that invited you to this webinar. If you need Rob's contact information, you can get him at countryclubfitnessgm@gmail.com or firsttfitness.com. Rob runs a big country club. He's the manager there, and that's where his handle comes from. Please feel free to contact either of us, or of course the coach who invited you to the webinar. So we're going to talk today about the Beachbody coaching opportunity, the coach opportunity. And there's two parts there that are very important to start with. The first is it's about being a coach. It's about helping other people become successful. And secondly, and maybe even more importantly, it's an opportunity. It's a chance to improve not only the lives of others, but maybe more importantly, your own life. It's your chance to take control of your own health and fitness. And we'll talk about that right now. So a little bit about me. This is a picture of me from back in 2010, about 6 months before I started with Beachbody. As you can see, I was pretty overweight. I had this big gut and tiny arms, like 9 chins. If you've never heard of the metabolic syndrome, which is typically people with big waistlines and high triglycerides and prediabetes and things like that, this is what the metabolic syndrome looks like. At that point, my daughter was just almost born, or just born, and I had to make a decision about what I wanted to do. So about 6 months after this picture, I made a decision to join Beachbody. I watched my diet. I began with a workout program called P90. Man, P90, the original form, was boring as all get out. It was literally 4 workouts over 90 days. So you did 2 workouts alternating for 6 weeks, and 2 workouts alternating for the next 6 weeks. So really, literally 4 workouts for the entire 90 days. And it was very boring, but I got really good at the moves, and my wife did it with me, and we stuck it out. We had great results. And a really funny story, at that point, I refused to try Shakeology, which we'll talk about later. Now we won't go anywhere without it. Here you can see a little bit of my before and after pictures. That's me on the right there. After I got some results with Beachbody. So in 2013, I became a coach. So I'd been a customer for 2 years first. My own coach asked me to become a coach a couple of times, and I turned him down because I just didn't think I would be good at it. I didn't want to get involved in sales. I didn't want to be I didn't have any background in health and fitness. All these excuses. I didn't have enough time. I had a busy full-time job. And I had all these excuses for why I didn't want to become a coach. As it turns out, they were all pretty much nonsense. For the first 8 months that I became a coach, I didn't do anything. I just sort of got my products at a discount, and that was that. And it wasn't until late in 2013 that I really actively became part of the coaching process. And now I am a 2-star diamond coach, which doesn't mean anything other than I've had some success with the business over the last 3 years. Much more importantly, I'm a father of 2, and you could see there on the right my 2 little kitties. So my son, who was a couple of months old, I guess at the time when I took this picture on the left, I was big old gut and those chins again, and I was pretty unhealthy. And then fast forward a few years later, my son's on my shoulders, my daughter's in my arms, and that guy on the right is doing what the guy on the left had no chance of doing, which is, being the centerpiece for his family and really, creating a good, healthy lifestyle example for my kids. I am a full-time cardiologist. Now, that doesn't mean all that much either, except to say that I have a very busy full-time job where I work 60 to 80 hours a week, depending if I'm on call. And despite that, I find this business very manageable. I'm a runner, and I relate that story because when I was a kid, I couldn't run around the track even for a quarter mile. When that President's Challenge came and you had to run a mile, I was terrified. I was embarrassed. I felt worthless because I couldn't do a quarter mile, forget doing a whole mile. And that was all through my youth and my childhood and even into early adulthood. And it wasn't until I had some results with Beachbody that I said, hey, let me see if I can run a mile. I just wanted to see if I could do it. I'd lost a lot of the weight. I wanted to see if I could do it. And I ran my first mile in June of 2013, and I did it. And since then, I trained and I ran much more regularly. And now, within the last 3 years, I've run several half marathons and 3 marathons, including the New York City Marathon. Which is something I never thought I would do, and that is all thanks to Beachbody. Beachbody has given me the ability to do things I never thought was possible. And now, recently, we started kickboxing, and my first kickboxing tournament is on Sunday. At the age of 44, I am going into a ring with kids half my age, and I'm very excited about it, and I could never have done things like that before Beachbody. I love programs like P90X, which is very intense, and PIO, which is a much more very intense but much lower impact kind of program. So what is Beachbody? What is Team Beachbody? So let's talk about it. So in 1998, our CEO and founder, Carl Deichler, and our president, John Congdon, got together, and they had sort of back of the napkin informal conversation and said, let us create a company that is geared for weight loss and health and fitness for people. Now, as you can imagine, the market back then was pretty saturated, all these gizmos and gadgets, and you had like Thigh Master and Billy Blank's Tybo and all this kind of stuff. So what was their company going to do? Well, they really wanted to focus on getting people really good results with excellent products. So they released a few videos. One of the first of which was P90 or Power 90. That's the program that I did way back in 2000. Very boring, but it was very effective. And in 2004, they released a program that changed everything. We've all heard of it, P90X. It revolutionized home fitness, brought the boot camp mentality to home. It's a 90-day intensive program, was producing ridiculous results, people losing hundreds and hundreds of pounds. And what we found what they found was that people who were doing the program were reaching out to people who had already completed the program, so-called P90X grads, and were asking them for guidance and support. And the people who had developed that mentor relationship were actually having much better success. So in 2007, Beachbody said, you know what, we better codify this. And they created Team Beachbody, which is the coaching network to help people reach their success. Since then, there's been a veritable explosion of programs. And I'll just tell you a couple of them because they're really important. Insanity came out in 2009. Insanity is a high-intensity interval training type of program. It is high impact, but it is super effective. I have had my best results after Insanity. Really produces results, really pushes you to the edge, but gets you incredible results. In 2012, a program called Body Beast was released. Now, Body Beast is an interesting program. It's meant to be Beachbody's muscle building and strength building program for people who wanted to pack on muscle. But what we found was that women were now starting to use the program. We don't talk about girls and weightlifting very much, but it's very important for women to lift weights. Not only does it build lean muscle mass, but it helps with prevent osteoporosis and protect bone density, improves glycemic metabolism, sugar utilization, prevents diabetes, helps protect posture, things like that. Now, women tend to not lift weights for a couple of reasons. One is they're worried about bulking up, which is hormonally not possible unless you're injecting testosterone, and maybe a little more insidiously, going to the gym. Women are often, even now in 2016, intimidated by the men at the gym, particularly around the weight rack, which is it's ridiculous, but unfortunately it is still part of our culture. And so now they have the ability to do weightlifting at home, basically with a personal trainer like Sagi, who's the trainer in Body Beast. And they were able to do it in the privacy of their own home. So it really brought a new sort of population the benefits of weightlifting, and it was really fantastic. And then in 2013, the game changed again. We released T25, Focus T25, by the same guy does Insanity, Sean T. And basically, it blew up the last excuse, which is I don't have enough time. Now, you have a program that gives you the same results as a 45 or 50-minute workout in 25 minutes in your own home. There's no way that everyone can get a 25-minute program done in their own home 5 days a week. It's totally possible because there's no commute, there's no anything. All you got to do is put on your clothes, press play, and you're good to go. P90X3, which is a program that changed my life, came out a few months later. Also 30-minute programs. Absolutely anybody can get that done. And then the 21-day fix came out, which changed the game yet again. And we released not only beginner-level 30-minute workouts, but produced a foolproof eating system based on these color-coded containers that automatically balance your macronutrients. So you weren't guessing how many carbs you should have, you weren't guessing how much protein you should have. It was all laid out for you, and you don't have to count calories or anything. It just fits in the container, you get to eat it. So it produced amazing results. Then you can see a little bit after that, P90 came out. Now this is the updated version of the same program that I use, Power 90. And it's just funny because it came full circle for me. I put my then 70-year-old mom on P90, and she lost about 30 pounds and went from diabetic to non-diabetic. Now, this is not a treatment for diabetes. I'm just saying that this is how it worked for my mom. And using an updated version of the program that I used had really tremendous results as well. So great. So you have this company that has tremendous programs. How do you know the company is going to stick around for a while? Well, since the advent of the coaching network in 2007, there's been near asymptotic growth of Beachbody. And in 2015, they exceeded $1 billion in sales. Now, whether or not that growth curve is going to continue at that level is unclear. But I want to remind you of this. Team Beachbody is only in the United States and Canada. It's not even in the entirety of North America, let alone Central America, South America, Europe, Asia, Africa, any other place where, health and fitness will be a big market. It is really restricted right now to the United States and Canada. So we can imagine as this global expansion, we're going to have continued growth of the products. All right, so why is it? Why is it when you've had all these other fitness companies around over the years that Beachbody has not only survived but thrived and grown? Well, it's because unlike a lot of the other companies, Beachbody doesn't just focus on one aspect. It focuses on fitness, and then we've gone over some of the programs, nutrition, which we're going to go over in a moment, peer support, which is what being a coach is all about, and then providing customers and coaches with rewards for being part of Beachbody. And with those 4 pillars, really provides solid support for your journey towards success. So let's talk about the nutrition, and the hallmark nutrition product for Beachbody is Shakeology. So people ask us, what is Shakeology? And our answer is, it's our daily dose of dense superfood nutrition. And that just sounds stupid until you break it down into its component parts. So it's daily. Every day, obviously, we're all having our meals, and there's oftentimes a lot of confusion about what should be eaten. What should I eat for breakfast? Should I have, bacon and eggs and avoid all the carbs? Should I have oatmeal? Because of course everyone should have oatmeal. What is it that I should be having for breakfast? What is appropriate? Or you're coming home from work and you got to cook dinner. What should I be eating for dinner? Should I carb load at this point? Should I have only vegetables and a little bit of meat? What is it? Well, Shakeology takes the guesswork out. You don't have to guess what to have for breakfast. You just have your shake every day for breakfast. That's it. There's no guessing. There's no work. You stick the Shakeology and some almond milk or water or coffee or whatever you want in the blender with it. Blend it up. Boom. You're done. And it is almost guaranteed to be your best, most healthy meal of the day. So it's something to have every day without fail, and it takes all the guesswork. And I don't know how much, you guys pay if you go out to eat, like say McDonald's or Starbucks or something, but Shakeology is guaranteed to be not only healthier, but more economical than that kind of stuff. It's our dose. Okay, so we think dose, we think medication. Clearly, Shakeology is not a medication. However, it does have a lot of properties that are immune boosting, anti-aging, free radical scavenging, and that's because it's made out of dense superfoods. And as you can see here, this is the wall of Shakeology at Beachbody's headquarters, where it has over 70 superfood ingredients from source harvested from around the world. These all go into each shake of Shakeology. Now, I work in a hospital. I'm constantly bombarded by pathogens and nasty stuff, viruses, bacteria. And I really believe that Shakeology helps to keep me safe from infection, safe from illness. And on those rare times when I've given away too much Shakeology for people to try and I don't have enough for myself, I invariably get ill. So where Shakeology is not a medicine, is not designed to treat any illness, it definitely, for me, I believe it helps keep me safe. So, it really is it's our dose, and it's made out of absolute dense superfood, and it provides incredible nutrition. It comes in a bunch of flavors. This is a little dated now because there is a new flavor called Cafe Latte, which is a coffee flavor. I love the chocolate, which is front and center there, and Rob loves the vanilla. My wife used to love that tropical strawberry that's there on the left in the white bag. But the day the Cafe Latte came out, she changed her order to Cafe Latte, and we've never seen that tropical strawberry since. Now, I told you that we didn't try it for 2 years. I absolutely refused to try it. I thought it was gimmicky. It wasn't something that was going to be effective until my wife, absolutely insisted that we try it. Now we won't go anywhere without it. In fact, we recently went to Italy for our 10-year wedding anniversary, and we took Shakeology with us. And we went over for Thanksgiving, went over to my mom's house, where we knew we were going to have lots and lots of different choices of things to eat. We took our Shakeology with us because we're not missing a day. Okay, so Beachbody has these things. Why is it, why do people flock to it? Why is Beachbody attracting people so easily? It's because there's something available for everyone. So if you're looking for programs that you want to play on DVDs, we have those. If you're looking for programs to stream onto your smartphone, your tablet, your iPad, your laptop, or your smart TV, we have those as well. In fact, almost every program that we have is on Beachbody On Demand, which is our streaming platform, and you can take with you. And I find it's invaluable when I'm either traveling or I'm not somewhere where I have access to my TV, or if it's a really beautiful day and we want to work out outside, we just put it on our iPad or our smartphone and stream the programs, and they work really well. Beachbody has whatever equipment you need, so you don't have to go guess what it is that you need. If you need a pull-up bar, or you need resistance bands, or you need mats, everything is available for you. If your goals are weight loss, for a lot of us they are, we have a 3-day reboot. We have a 21-day ultimate reset. These things are fantastic to use after the holidays when you are, maybe overindulged a bit. But my favorite part of Beachbody, my absolute favorite part, are the supplements, because Beachbody, and we didn't picture it here, Beachbody created a supplement called the Performance Line. These are all NSF safe certified supplements. There's a pre-workout Energize, a intra-workout Hydrate, which is an isotonic or hypotonic solution. There is a post-workout Recover and an overnight recharge, as well as creatine. The overnight recharge helps to prevent delayed onset muscle soreness, which a lot of us get after intense workouts. These are effective supplements, and if you're wondering how effective they are, well, Beachbody within the last year became the official supplement of the Ironman Triathlon. So for those of you who don't know what that is, it is a 140.6 mile race. It is a 2.4 mile swim, 112 mile bicycle ride, and 26.2 full marathon. Good triathletes finish in 8 to 10 hours. Average triathletes, if there is such a thing, finish in that 12 to 14 hour window. So people who are racing for a very long time better have very effective supplements to drive them before and during the workout, or during their training and during their race, and to recover effectively from them. So Beachbody passed their rigorous testing and became their official supplement. This stuff works. It's created by a Harvard exercise physiologist. Really has revolutionized the way that I work out. Okay, great. So you got all these great supplements, these programs. You got a company that's growing. You have a lot of different things that are going for you. Does any of it actually work, or is it a bunch of hoopla? Well, here you can see some results from people who have used Beachbody programs. And they're all different shapes and sizes. Some people had a lot of weight to lose. Some people had a little bit of weight to lose. Some people just needed to take off a little fat and get ripped. Whatever your goals are, Beachbody has not only a program and a nutritional support for you, but it has a coach that has already gone through what you're going through, and it will be able to support you through that process. There is always somebody there for you to help you through your journey. And that's really the heart of what we do as coaches. We provide peer support. Coaches are just people who have done Beachbody programs, who love them, who are here to help other people get through it. So now you've seen some of the programs and the products we have to help you change your life the way they helped me change mine. Now let me show you a little bit about what being a coach does and how you can not only change your life, but help to change the lives of others, as well as build a business if you're so inclined. So first of all, what does a coach not have to be? A coach doesn't have to be someone who has a fitness or nutrition expert. And I told you I am a physician, I'm a cardiologist. I have no nutritional training, none at all. I 3 hours in medical school, and that was preventing disease in Africa from protein malnutrition. I mean, stuff that's absolutely worthless here in the United States. I had no actual nutrition training. I didn't know anything about macronutrients, balancing carbs and proteins and fats, any of that stuff. But Beachbody, those guys are nutrition experts. They are fitness experts. So my job as a coach is to connect people with the right program for them from Beachbody, and then allow Beachbody to give them the information. You don't already have to be at your fitness or nutrition goals. Of course not. In fact, most people don't identify with people who are already at their goals. They identify with people who are being consistent and who are doing their workouts and drinking their shakes and following their eating plans consistently, and then having results as they go through the process. That's what inspires people to keep going, not perfection. And you don't need to be an experienced salesperson. We don't want experienced salespeople. What we want are people who are willing to share how their lives are being changed by the Beachbody programs and by the nutritional support. We need people who are committed to being proof the product works, meaning that they're doing the programs, they're drinking their Shakeology, and they're willing to share that story either in person, over the phone, or by social media with other people. And possibly most importantly, they're willing to improve themselves and develop their minds. There's a great quote by the business philosopher Jim Rohn that says, the great thing about earning $1 million is not the $1 million. It's about who you have to become to earn the $1 million. Clearly, the person that we are today is not the person we're going to be 10 years from now. And that process of growth is really the heart of what we do at Beachbody. We grow as individuals, and as we grow, we're able to help other people. So what are some of the benefits of being a coach if you're interested in business opportunity? Well, you're starting your own business, so you get to set your own work hours. For example, I do mine, in the morning before I go to work, in the evening when I come back. You can do this part-time, or if you want to make this a full-time income, you're absolutely able to do that. You can build this online or in person, although I will tell you the vast majority of successfully built businesses are done online, usually by social media. And you get to share your passion and attract other people to using the program. So for me, I love the business aspect and creating an income, but for me, I have I make a good living as a cardiologist. What I really love about this is the ability to share with other people what I got out of the programs and how they helped me change my life and do the things that I never thought I'd be capable of doing. Running a marathon, fighting in an MMA fight. I never thought those were possibilities for me. And really, that's what you get to share with other people. So what are some of the rewards for being involved with Beachbody? As we said, that was the fourth pillar of success with Beachbody. Well, there's commissions, obviously. If you have, you're able to help people get started on an effective program, the nutritional supplements, then yes, you get a 25% commission on those things. Who cares? I mean, really, that's small potatoes. That's not a huge benefit. Really, the really fun part about being a Beachbody coach is you get to help other people help other people. And it sounds a little silly, but the truth is that if you help people become successful with their programs, if you get people like my friend Chris, who lost 50 pounds and, absolutely changed his life and looks phenomenal, and you then help him become a coach and help him help other people lose weight and get in shape, then not only are you extending your own sphere of influence, obviously, but because of what your coaches do, you get paid a bonus based on that. So really what we do with Beachbody is we build teams of like-minded people who are interested in helping other people get started with programs. And the more successful, the more effort we put into that process, the more bonus we get paid. That is a much more fun part about building this business than simple things like commissions. And there's other stuff too, like you get free trips. A couple years ago we went to Cancun. Last year I think they were on a cruise. This year going to Dominican Republic. Every year there's trips for being for achievements, but again, these are minor things compared to being able to help other people. There's a lot of recognition, a lot of fun on stage type of stuff when we have our national meeting, but again, that's a lot of fun, but not really the center point. And then there's a lot of learning and personal development. And I think that is one of the best things about Beachbody is you really grow as a person. You learn to read exceptional books like The 7 Habits of Highly Effective People or The Compound Effect or the collected works of Jim Rohn. It really, makes a difference in your relationships, in your personal life, and in your professional life. This is Beachbody's statement of earnings, and it's always an important thing to talk about, because if you're interested in seeing what coaches do as far as from a business perspective, you need to see what the statements of earning is. Now, look, roughly 70% of coaches don't do anything in the business. They just sign up for the discount, which is totally fine. About 30% of coaches decide that they're going to go ahead and start helping other people become successful. And then depending on how much effort you put into that process, you can earn as little as nothing, $10 a year. Or if you're really willing to bust your hump, help a lot of people, help other people become leaders and help others and develop big teams, you can earn upwards of $3 million. It's completely up to you with the effort that you want to put in. And Beachbody is very clear that there's no guarantee to your earnings, and there shouldn't be. You shouldn't be guaranteed money for this stuff. You will earn money based on your ability to help people. And your ability to help people starts with your ability to help yourself. Are you going to do the programs? Are you going to drink the shakes? Are you going to talk about the way it makes you feel and the success that you're having with other people? And if you are, then you are going to start creating an income. And that's what Beachbody says. They don't guarantee anything. It all depends on how much you're willing to work. So if you do join Team Beachbody as a coach, there's a ton of support. So there's plenty of training and tools. Rob and I run a Coach Basics training, which basically gives you all the basic information you're going to need as a coach to get started. And you have everything that you need. You have your marketing tools. There's tons of communication from Beachbody corporate. Every day there's something new that is communicated directly through your online office. And there's every social media platform has access from Beachbody. If you were to join our specific team, Rob's or mine, you get mentorship from the coach that invited you, that sponsors you. You get free training provided by our team, so we don't sort of outsource that. We personally train you. We have regular team meetings online. In fact, I have a team meeting in about 30 minutes online. We have Super Saturday quarterly meetings in person. And we do a lot of leadership training, because really what this is about is training leaders to help train other leaders. The more leaders you can train, the more people you're going to help. You're going to help them not only in their fitness journey, but in their financial journey as well. There's a ton of support and recognition as well. So what are the options? If you wanted to be involved with Beachbody, there are really two ways to approach this. The first is you could become a coach, which means you're ready to work on yourself, but you're also ready to help other people achieve their fitness goals. Or you can start like I did and start as a customer, which means you really just want to work on yourself. You want to start with the nutritional programs and the exercise programs, and really find a belief in them yourself, so that you could then reach out to others. Which either of those appeals to you, they're both available. So as a coach, the best way to start is with something called a challenge pack. A challenge pack gives you a fitness program, as well as your first month of Shakeology, and it gives you a 30-day subscription to Beachbody On Demand, which is our streaming platform. There are other options as well. None of them make as much sense as just getting a challenge pack, and it can range anywhere from $140 to $180 for the challenge pack, which gives you your Shakeology and your program and your 30-day access to Beachbody On Demand, and gives you a chance to really become familiar with the products while you're talking to other people about them. There is a, actually I should correct it, that's a $15.95 monthly business fee that you pay every month to Beachbody. In return, they cover all the advertising, product development. They give you 3 websites, only one of which you really use, but you have a website from which people can order directly. They do all the product shipping, product return, customer service, all that kind of stuff. You don't have to inventory things. You don't have to sell things out of your garage. Beachbody does all of that. All you really have to do is provide customers with a link, and Beachbody does the rest. So in exchange for that service, making your life so easy, is a $16 a month business fee. Alternatively, you can join as a customer, which is what I did. And again, the best and really the only reasonable way to start is with a challenge pack. A challenge pack is your first month of Shakeology, 30-day subscription to Beachbody On Demand, and whatever fitness program you choose. And really, that will give you, the reason a challenge pack is so effective is it gives you not only the workouts, but it gives you the nutritional support as well, and the programs on the go, so you don't miss your workouts. It is the most likely to produce effective results. And that's really what we're after here. You know, for the commission that we get for selling a challenge pack is nothing. I mean, it's significant, but it's irrelevant. What we're really after is getting people to have results, because then they can, when people have results, 1, they continue on using the programs. 2, they become ambassadors for it and ask and get other people around them involved in doing the programs and starting a healthy lifestyle. And 3, they become very effective coaches to help us spread our sphere of influence. So what we really want is people to buy the products that are going to give them the best results, because the best results gives us the best advertising and gives us the best coaches, and makes it far more likely that we're going to build effective teams. So whether you're joined as a coach or a customer, a challenge pack is definitely the way to go. So in the next 24 hours, whoever invited you to the webinar, whether it was me or Rob or one of our coaches, is going to get in touch with you and ask you what you liked best about the presentation, what made the most sense to you. If Beachbody felt like it might be a fit for you, either as a customer or a coach, I would tell you that the benefit to signing up as a coach right away is that as you continue on with your Shakeology in months 2 and 3, you will receive a significant discount as a coach versus a customer. However, don't be afraid to just sign up as a customer and just dig yourself in. You really got to commit to using the programs. So get a program that's going to run you 90 days and really dig into using that program and drinking your shake for 3 months and watch how your results come. Guaranteed 100% you are going to find you are going to feel better than you have in a very long time. Your clothes are going to fit better. You're going to look better. You're going to feel so much better about yourself. And the only reason I can say that with such confidence is because it's what happened to me. It's what happened to me. I was fat. I was unhealthy. I was unhappy. I had a wonderful family, wonderful home, a great job, but I was not happy with myself. And then I made a decision. I was going to commit and get this thing done. And I did. And I feel so different. And now I can do things I never thought possible. And at 44, I can absolutely probably run circles around my 22-year-old self who was not capable of running anything. Okay, so while you're waiting for the coach to get in contact with you, think about a few things. Think about what becoming a coach can actually do for you. Who is it that you can help by being a coach? Are there loved ones, family members, friends, coworkers who would benefit from being on a nutrition and an exercise program? If so, then being a coach is doing them a service. It's helping them. It's helping you, and it's helping them. Like I said in the beginning, the coaching opportunity is an opportunity. It's a chance to make a difference in your own life and in the lives of people around you. And then think about what your goals and dreams are. Do you want to do things like run a marathon, jump out of an airplane, ride a motorcycle, whatever it is that you want to do? Beachbody help you become fitter and stronger and healthier and give you financial support to do the things that you want to do. Rob talks about something at this point that's really important. I don't want to let it go. When we make these changes, we're not just changing ourselves. Even if you don't become a coach, even if you become a customer and you make these changes, the people around you are going to see it, whether those are your siblings, your parents, or in my case, your spouse and your children. They're going to see the difference that you make, and they're going to follow suit. My son ran a 5K. He's 9. He ran his first 5K last year with me. And this year I couldn't run because I hurt my foot sparring. He ran the 5K all by himself at 9 years old. He ran that whole race by himself. And that didn't happen. That wouldn't have happened if I hadn't started this journey on my own. And I promise that as I continue this and he continues this, when my grandchildren show up, they're going to have an incredible role model in him to follow suit. This is a generational change that you're going to make by making this decision. So I cannot encourage you enough to commit. Don't just try this. Commit. Decide you're going to give your life up to 3 months of hard workouts and good nutritional support, and watch the change. You will not be sorry that you tried it. I guarantee you 100%. Again, I went through it, so I totally get it. If you have any questions, please first try to contact the coach that invited you to the webinar. If you need to get a hold of Rob, he is at countryclubfitnessgm@gmail.com. Or you can just contact me right here, and I'll get you to your coach or to Rob. Again, Dr. Rohan Bansali on Facebook. teamfinderfocus@gmail.com or teamfinderfocus.com. Any of those ways will find me, and I will be delighted to answer any questions you have and then get you back to your coach or whoever invited you to the webinar. I want to thank you very much for your time, and we really appreciate you guys being with us. Have a great night, everybody.